Real Talk disclaimer. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, validity, and reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of any viewer.
Our greatest glory is rising when we fall. So don't be discouraged, don't you be appalled. It's okay if you fall and maybe even lose your spark. Just make sure in the end you rise from the dark. It's time to rise up, time to work, and time to chase your dreams. The Lord has the final say, so your soul is redeemed. This message is to help you with your self-esteem, as faith will take you places that we have never seen.
Hello. Welcome to Real Talk. Glad to have all of you to join us on tonight. We have an excited show on tonight. We're going to be discussing the different things that are taking place in our world, in our different cities, and just things that has happened since we last joined you. You have myself, Pastor Z. Our co-host is the lovely Miss Tamara. How you doing on tonight? There's no Tanya Lynn at this moment. Not sure she's going to join us, but we just want to come on and just say hello to all of you. As you join, we ask that you would speak to us in the comments. Say hello. We'll do roll call in just a few minutes. We want you to do a few things before we get started. Want you to do a few things. We want you to share it on your page. Go ahead and share it on your page. That way, people would know that we are on, and they can actually view it on your page. Several ways to join us on Real Talk or to be able to view us on Real Talk. You can view us right here on Facebook. That's right, Facebook. We have a Real Talk page, a Real Talk with Pastor Z and Bishop T. We also, you can join us on Z Andre Huff page, Tanya Latham page, Tamara page. Also, we have a YouTube page. We ask that you would like and subscribe, okay? Like and subscribe that particular page. For those that do not have social media, we do have a YouTube page, okay? Glad to have all of you to join us again. Go ahead and put it in comments or speak to us, share it on your page where our viewers could actually view us here on Real Talk on your page as well as ours. Hello, Tanya Lynn. Tamara, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Doing pretty good. How have your week been thus far?
Uh, it's been okay. It's been okay. Work is fine. Just trying to get some other stuff taken care of. Kind of frustrated me a little bit, but all in all, everything is good.
Good. Um, we're living in a chaotic world at this moment. Um, I think they have an agreement for a 2 week ceasefire. Am I correct?
2 weeks. Yeah. Mm.
And that's to open up the strait so that um, different countries can actually go through and get the oil that they need in order to lower some of these gas prices. What's the highest have you seen the gas price that you
The highest that I seen was like 389.
389? Well, I seen up to almost $5. Um, yes, I use 93 octane, so
Okay. Okay.
I have to use it in my motorcycle. I have to use it in my vehicles. So and for those who trying to cut the corners, because of what's going on in the world and because of the prices of gas are high. Let me tell you something. Cutting those corners and you're supposed to use that 93 octane, you better use that 93 octane. The reason being, mechanics know when you bring your vehicle into the shop that you're not using the proper gas. You'll start hearing a little rattling in the motor. You're actually tearing your car up. So use the gas now that they're telling you to use. Don't try to cut corners because it's cheaper and you can get more for your buck.
Right.
But you might want to use the right gas at this moment. But I did see where gas appeared to be dropping a little bit, and I
Mhm.
don't know if it's because they're able to get into the straight. But I thought it was kind of funny because they just called for a ceasefire on yesterday,
Right.
and I know they don't have all the oil that they need in America to drop the prices.
Mm.
There's a conspiracy somewhere.
It is. He was so gung ho of what he was gonna do. He gave them a deadline. Then he came back and said an agreement had, they agreed to the 2 week ceasefire, but um, over there they feel they celebrating. So
Yes, because they say they won.
right, they feel like they've
You
won.
know, and people call you those wolf tickets that you're selling.
Hmm.
They sometimes they and every all the demands that was asked of the U.S. was not all met.
Right.
Um, but Iran and receive everything that they wanted
Mhm.
in this situation. So um, I think they pulled back on the ceasefire because the Israelis bombed is it Lebanon?
Mhm.
Yeah, and they felt like that was off limits. That isn't supposed to happen, and so everybody's not on the same page. All of your news um, is not on the same page. Everything, even what his pitch or whatever his name is. He's not saying the same thing Trump is saying, and JD Vance is saying something different than all of them. And we know that Pam Bundy has lost her job because she wasn't doing it. The president that we are under. I don't care how hard you fight for him. At any given time, he'll cut your legs out from under you. And
Right.
the Marjorie Taylor Greene has learned that,
Hmm.
and now she's speaking out. I start seeing there's a guy that used to be on Fox, last name Tucker. He went on his commentary and he really said some things about President Trump and the things that he said on Easter.
Right.
He said used a lot of profanity,
He did.
and he even closed it out by mocking the
He,
religion of those Iranians.
he sure did.
He was saying praise to Allah. I don't understand why the people that's around him don't monitor what he puts out. He really make himself look like
Mhm.
a kid with a toy and doing whatever he want to do without being checked.
Right.
But people one day, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to understand that some of the things that are being done and some of the things that are being said, is going to hurt them in the long run. You have different people. They was using him in order to be elected. They
Right.
jumped on that Trump train,
Right. Right.
and they felt like they gang. If they supporters of Trump, they're supporters of me, and they was getting put in these political seats. But now it's getting to a point where America is fed up.
Yeah.
Actually fed up with what's going on in the White House, and the people. I saw something where he was talking, and he turned to ask one of the guys in leadership in his cabinet, now how many men we're sending over, and the man told him, I would like to keep that a secret.
Mhm.
And everybody started laughing, and he said, well, we got sending hundreds and hundreds of men over there. He's funny, ain't he? But he don't understand the things that he's doing, and he's just wilding out, as we will say.
Exactly. But we kind of knew this was going to happen. They said that this is what he was going to do, and he is doing it. It's almost like they're afraid of him, or he say whatever, but what he don't realize is that you're mocking those people over there. They are radicals. Man, they
Yeah,
tie bombs to themselves, blow themselves up,
yeah.
and you're mocking them. Like,
That being said, when we first joined Israel in bombing Iran,
mm,
it was said that the Iranians, the leaders over there, said that they were finna wake up the sleeper cells
mm,
in America. In other words, there are people from Iran that is in our country,
mhm,
and they're just waiting
right.
for the
Right.
green light
Mhm,
to do some things.
right.
And so I don't know how careful you can be, and I know people are taking trips and jumping on planes, just living life as usual.
Right.
But at this point in time, we I'm sure we on red alert, high alert,
Yeah. I
of
don't.
anything can transpire.
Right. And I think that I mean, 9/11. Who was expecting 9/11? Um, I think that it'll be. Hopefully, it doesn't happen, but there something will happen. Um, I've heard about the talks of the different cells and stuff around, and some stuff you can see, but yeah, everybody better be careful.
Yeah.
Very careful. Like national parks, they celebrate big celebrations and stuff that go on over in America.
Concerts.
Concerts
Yeah.
where there's a large amount of people. It's
Yeah.
gonna, yeah.
Um, for a few minutes, let's talk about Don Staley and,
Yeah,
and Gino, um, from UConn, the head coach.
so different.
Final four.
Hmm.
Um, there at the end, South Carolina had defeated or was defeating
Hmm.
UConn, and in doing so, they was meeting up to shake hands. And the head coach of UConn, which everybody know him as Gino, he's that you just notice by watching it on TV, the interaction, it wasn't a good interaction. They was going at each other.
Mhm.
And Gino claimed that she didn't meet before the game and shake his hand. That's what he called himself being upset about. But clearly, a lot of things that Gino was referencing to and was saying that was done throughout the game was not true. He made mention that she didn't shake the hand; she shook his hand and the whole staff hand
He
before
walked
the game, and they
forward.
went back and looked at the film.
Right.
And then he made a statement that his player jersey was torn by South Carolina, and the referees was missing fouls, and um, it showed that out of frustration, the player missed a shot at the end of the third quarter, and she actually grabbed her jersey and tore it herself. And even in interviews, she said she was just frustrated. She tore her jersey. I had a lot of respect for Gino.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens a lot of times with someone that's so used to winning that think they should win, think that they have the team to win, we're UConn, everybody's afraid of us, we're the giant in women's basketball, that they so used to winning that they don't know how to lose gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a couple of years before that, UConn really beat South Carolina real bad, and Don Staley showed nothing but class.
Yep.
So he issued an apology, but the apology he issued one that said to South Carolina and the staff. He
Mm-hmm.
never mentioned Don Staley in particular. So you can tell he was pretty much forced to say something
Oh yeah.
about his actions.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's sore loser. I mean, right there on live TV, like yeah.
so
Couldn't believe it. I was like, did he really just do that?
yeah, I want to tell you all about a couple series or a movie that if you're looking for something to watch, go to Netflix. Beauty in Black is good if you want
Yeah,
to watch a series.
love it.
If you want to watch, I think it's on Fox. DOC. It's also on Netflix. That's a good series.
Okay.
You'll like that. I watch on Netflix All Day and a Night. That is a good movie. You get a chance, check it out. All Day and a Night. The young man that played in Equalizer 2,
Mm-hmm.
he was the painter, the one that was hiding out in Denzel house. Um, that is a real good one to watch. He kind of stars in that. And so you get a chance, check those out. We got some people come in the comments. Hello, Mary Smitherman. Hello, Riley Rigby. If you join us on tonight, go ahead and speak to us.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say hello, and we'll say hello back to you. We'll give you a shout out. Share, like, and share our show on your page. Like it, and then I'll love it, the one or the two, and then share it on your page so that others will be able to um, see our show on your page. Let's see. Uh, Riley said "Heels and Hers" is a good series. Yes, I agree with that. That's a good series as well.
It's another one. On documentaries. The Lamar Odom. Were you able to watch that one?
I haven't watched that one.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a documentary or something.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, just about the things that happened to him, starting from childhood up until like now.
Yeah.
It's sad though. It's sad. It's really sad. But
I also saw a movie, and I'm not sure if it's in the theater or not. It's called Deb is Boss.
damn.
That's a good movie as well, or a good documentary. But it's a movie. Little Mama is starring in that particular um, movie.
Who? Look,
Little Mama, the comedian.
I don't know her.
Yeah. She's a comedian. Used to do stand up. But she plays in that. Deb is Boss, and from my understanding, it's a real life documentary on this lady named Deb. So there's quite a few things out there.
Well, I heard that it, I think he's got something coming out on Hulu. It's supposed to be a 3-part, I guess documentary, but it's about him.
Who's that?
50 Cent.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be about music, business, and film. So
Yeah. Want to make mention of the groundbreaking ceremony that took place, I believe, on last week, behind Gaston State. They're working on phase 5. Haven't had an opportunity to see what the city has done back there, but I heard it doesn't look like the norm. It looks a whole lot better, and you will be impressed with the things that they're doing back there. So, have that. I think Miss Tanya Lynn was going to kind of share some insight on what's going on with Hillside Circle, and was going to share about a meeting that she plans on having with her district, which is District 1. It's a possibility we may have Pastor Dudley on next week to share about the old school that is coming up here in Gaston. Y'all, everyone know the old school been going for quite some time with the alumni of Gaston High, Emma Sampson, Litchfield, and I'm not sure if Etowah is going to be a part of it, but it's a lot going on that's coming up. So those are a few things we just want to share. So on tonight, go ahead and let's get our tea.
okay,
So
a lot of tea. Tiger Woods. I know it happened back March, back in late March, with his DUI arrest, or under the influence, because they said he was not. I guess he blew a zero, but clearly
he was not intoxicated.
not intoxicated, but had they found I guess some pain pills on him.
Yeah.
And he was but what shocked me was that I was watching they later put the body cam out, and I think he called Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I I didn't know he was dating Donald Trump's daughter.
That I don't know,
I didn't know
but
that.
I do know that he was talking to him,
Mhm.
and you'll go to extreme measures to try to get yourself out of trouble.
Like,
So you can't blame him for trying, but
I know,
I
but
did see him when they was telling him to come back towards them, and he was saying, "Oh, I was just talking to the president,"
like,
all nonchalant. Yeah.
yeah. So you really
So
just
what's the deal with Chili? I, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about she accidentally hit a button and it put some up on Instagram, and she catching some bad flack, and a lot of people. I think they're doing a tour, and a
Yeah,
lot of people is not even, they're not going to support her
right. There,
because of it.
yeah. So she's saying that I guess they went and saw where she had donated to MAGA. Uh, she said that at first she denied it, and then she said it was an accident. And then they I guess the guy that she dating, I forgot his name, but the guy that she's dating is supposedly a big MAGA supporter. They went back and like researched his social media where he was making posts several years ago about Joe Biden and all of this stuff. So, I don't know. Um, and I know it's African Americans that I guess voted for Trump.
You
That
guess.
a lot have. That some may not say it, but there were some. And like you mentioned, Jesse Jackson Jr. could be a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
So and I thought about it, but us it's a lot. It's a lot that have. But I mean, if you did, you did. But she initially said she didn't do it. Then she came back and said it was an accident. So just like, which one is it? And then there was something about her posting about the Obamas, about Michelle Obama.
Mm.
It, accident.
Yeah.
It wasn't an accident. I mean, just own up to it. It is what it is. Say no to me. But I don't know how that TLC gonna fix that.
I don't see no bouncing back from that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a lot. Good news though. My girl Angel Reese, she with the Atlanta Dream.
So where was she before then?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. I thought I saw that. I didn't know if it was. So
I like,
they're moving some people around now in the WNBA. They're doing a lot of trades. Okay.
yeah. Yeah. I liked her when she was in college.
Are you gonna go and see her?
Yep. Yep. I'm
Take
trying.
some take some pictures.
I will. But I loved her when she was in college though. But yeah, I was excited for her for that. Um Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty. What you think about that? That is
I'm just tripping on how everybody is attacking Gucci Man
no, he did the right
like
thing.
he a snitch.
Well,
He,
hey,
he had to tell what happened.
please.
But from my understanding, Pooh Shiesty wanted out of his contract
Mm-hmm.
because Gucci Man is making money off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he forced him at gunpoint to sign to let him out.
He
And
pulled
then they robbed him as well.
yeah, he pulled a what's his guy name? Suge Knight, I guess. He and his dad and another guy. But it was a comedian was like, he said, this is not the same Gucci Man from back in the day.
Yeah.
This is a
Now,
different
do you know where Gucci Man is originally from?
Big Bessemer.
Bessemer, Alabama.
Yeah, I had heard that.
Bessemer, Alabama.
But yeah, so yeah, that's a different Gucci Man from back in the day. This is
Yeah. And even now he has some mental
yeah.
issues, yeah.
His wife had came out and said because she really didn't want him to do the verses with him and Jeezy when they did that. But yeah, she came out and said like he has to be monitored. He's on medication and stuff. So, but it I guess the robbery happened 3 months ago, and Pooh Shiesty was on house arrest. He had an ankle monitor.
So he ain't supposed to be there.
All right, he wasn't even supposed to be there. But that's just weird. I don't know. Um, the other thing that I want to talk about, well, it's not really tea, but I caught it at the end with this new thing about the draft. I think you said you heard that they was going up to 40.
From
So,
my understanding, what I heard, and this is not facts, but I heard that they had a bill that they was pushing the age limit and wanted to push it up to 40 years of age. I was just talking to a couple of guys a few minutes ago, and I heard them say, man, they're not going to be drafting anyone. Well, when they get to a point where you have no one joining the military,
mm-hmm.
and the size of the military is going down,
Yeah,
there's a strong possibility
right.
they start drafting.
Yeah,
So, I
They-
don't know. We just in a chaotic world right now. We got a lot of things going on.
it's a lot.
America, whoever goes in, if he's trying to fix it where he can stay in, but whoever goes in behind got a mess that they have to clean up.
I know.
They got a mess they're gonna have to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships that you're gonna have to fix relationships with different countries. I was looking at something. I think Air Force One was trying to land, and several countries didn't want him landing, and they are allies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of relationship.
Yeah,
and they don't want to help. He want them to help him against Iran, and they told him, no, we ain't getting in that fight. You shouldn't be in that fight. But
right. I think that what's happening today is going to affect us from years. But yeah, it just says the Selective Service System plans to automatically register eligible American men between ages 18 and 26 for a U.S. military draft by the end of 2026.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It says the proposal will implement a requirement passed by Congress to include automatic registration for every male citizen between those ages. There has not been a military draft since 1973, when the U.S. involvement with Vietnam was winding down. So, wow, since 1973, long time. But
See, the problem with that is that people that are writing these laws don't have children that would be affected by this.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and our prayers goes out to all of those the military personnel that has been in harm's way and lost their lives or injured in some kind, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's physically or mentally. Prayers goes out to them and the families, because this is senseless.
It is.
And I see people arguing about, well, they got nuclear. Well, first of all, I thought we were supposed to go over to change the regime, but now that ain't even the case.
Mm-mm.
But you always bounce back to they got nuclear weapons. They can't have nuclear weapons. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. What
It
else
is.
you got?
So you remember Africa Bambaataa,
Planet Rock.
Planet Rock?
Looking for the perfect beat.
Looking for the perfect
Playing
beat.
at your own risk.
Yeah.
I was a DJ, right?
That's right. I keep forgetting.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah.
He died today at the age of 67. So it's so he would have been almost in his 70s. But yeah, he passed today.
Yeah, Planet Rock, everybody's still bumping to that. His music,
Like it's still,
even now if you play it,
Everybody go.
If you're in a party setting,
Mhm.
any of those three songs I just mentioned,
Mhm.
folks going to the dance floor.
That it will. Um, so I guess you heard about what's his name? Offset
Getting
got
shot.
Cardi B ex-husband.
They say he going around here owing a lot of people money.
What happened to his
He
money?
he owes somebody money. From my understanding, that the reason why he got shot, and then someone else mentioned that he owed them money too. So I don't know what the deal is.
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm not saying he should have gotten shot,
Right.
but you know, you I say all the time, there's a cause and then there is a effect. There's an action that brings on reactions. So something had to cause it, or something had to take place for this to happen. So,
Right. Yeah.
but he's in the hospital, right? I
Mm-hmm.
saw a picture of him in the hospital
Yeah. Happened in Florida
at a casino.
at a casino. I said,
Mhm.
but yeah. I was trying to get I had something, it was one more that I had to mention. I lost it. Uh,
Well, while you're looking for it, we're actually, I have to applaud Tamara. She actually worked hard to try to have the mayor of Anniston with us on this week, and
mhm.
she's put in calls, she put in calls, she put in calls, and haven't received the call back. So it's not like she's not trying. So I'm not
I
gonna hold that against you.
thank you.
So hopefully
I
we'll
ain't gonna,
be able to get her on soon, because we would like to know what are the plans for Anniston, the city of Anniston, and what are the things that y'all have coming up in your area that is taking place.
and this
Um, we
one.
It's a possibility we may have the new head coach of Anniston High School football team as our guest on next week. So we're working on it. We're
I'm
working on these guests. So sometimes they're slow in response, and
yeah.
we want to get plenty of advertisement out there so
Mhm.
that you can tune in and know that we're going to have those individuals with us by the time of our show.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
find what you was looking for?
Yeah, I did. And it's it may not be tea, but I just thought it was interesting. That P Diddy been trying to get out, getting everything changed over, but his appeal is they were just amateur. The freak off tapes was just amateur pornography. That's his appeal to get out early. I'm like,
No. I thought, how much time did they give him?
I think he had. Wait a minute. Shoot. Um, didn't he have 5 years? But they upped it. They upped his date because I think he's supposed to get out April 2028. The
He got
earliest.
that much time?
The,
I didn't think he received a lot of time.
it wasn't a lot of time, but I know that they were saying his earliest that he could get out was April of 2028. So, like, they're fighting, he's fighting to get out, of course, sooner. And his appeal was that, it's just amateur.
Yeah,
Uh,
pornography.
yeah.
I
So
got
he might just need to sit his little time and get him some counseling while he's in there so that he come out, he'll be, you know,
He'll
I
be
don't,
what? He come out, he'll be what?
I mean, whatever his underlying issue is can be fixed or something. I mean, ooh, yeah, he had a 4-year sentence. But I mean,
It's not funny.
It's
It's
not.
not funny. Y'all forgive me. It's not funny, but it's gonna take more than him just sitting to fix that issue he got. He has a just like R. Kelly. How much time did he get?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, all the time.
But both of them have similar issues.
Hmm.
Uh, it,
But
you know,
I
similar issues.
yeah. So I guess, because I'm a social worker, I started looking at, like how you grew up and things, any type of traumatic experience happen to you can cause certain things. But
It can, but it.
that,
Let me say this. I'm not downplaying sometimes things that happen to you as a child can mess you up mentally.
yeah,
But in their cases, as well as in Trump case, as well as in Epstein case, they had money. And when you have money, you think you have power, and anything, um, you can have anything you want, do anything you want to do, and you feel like there's no consequences.
yeah,
Now, I think Trump need to be given the same sentence and the same evaluation as the rest of them
yeah. He
have
definitely,
received. He's definitely guilty,
yeah,
of the Epstein, um, being affiliated with them and doing some things there. It's documented.
sure is.
Um,
Bad stuff too.
but if you're gonna use a measuring stick on me, then use that same measuring stick on the next person.
Right, right.
You know, I see it too many times. I've seen it even in when you start talking about, you know, in pastoring or anything, people have a tendency to change the measuring cup or the measuring stick. What they have an issue with you about, but they can go elsewhere. Make it make sense is all I'm saying. I mean,
Right.
when you look at the situation with what went on with them two, it's many more. It's many
Yeah.
more.
Oh yeah.
But they have to make an example, and most of the time they make the example out of the black and brown community. When you get, do you remember the Malcolm X movie that Denzel played in?
Hmm.
You remember when they arrested all of those people, and Denzel went to the police station,
Hmm.
and he had all the people outside,
Hmm.
and they looked out the window, and they saw those people outside, and they walked out there to Denzel, and they said you need to make sure that those people are alive, and he got the report that the people that they had been beaten was
Hmm.
alive.
Hmm.
And Denzel took his hand and he pointed in a direction, and they turned about face and marched on. Those policemen said, "There's too much power for one man to have."
Yeah, I remember.
And when they start seeing that you have influence and you have power, they start cutting. See, because I saw something just recently about them going after Bill Cosby again for something.
That's what I was just finna. My last. That was gonna be my
I
last.
mean, Bill Cosby,
He
how old is Bill?
at 90.
Yeah, and he's sickly, right?
He is 88 years old, but
And they still coming at this man.
this man has to pay nearly $60 million to an ex waitress after finding he abused her in 1972, and he admitted to I guess drugging her, putting something in her drink or whatever. But yeah, he got to pay almost $60 million to her, an ex waitress.
Yeah.
He's 88 years old. Um, but yeah, he admitted to drugging her. And it said I've taken her to one of his shows more than 5 decades ago. He gave her wine and a pill that left her incapacitated after picking her up at her home in a limousine in 1972.
How old is she?
It didn't say how old, but it didn't say. Oh no,
She,
she's
huh?
84. She's
Okay, she's 84. He's
80
paying 60 million to who?
to the waitress, the lady that he allegedly
84 years old. What you gonna do with 60 million?
right. It says that
I mean, you just draining this man cause, you just want to take.
and do you know the Ron Goldman's family, O.J. Simpson's estate paid them people 58 million.
After he was found innocent.
58 million.
Civil suit.
Yeah. For their 8 million. She's 84 years old. And
for those who always use the statement, why I got to do it, they didn't do it. Or why I can't do it, they did it. Remember the skin that you in.
That's right.
Remember that.
Yeah,
I say it all the time. I tell my son when, with dad, nothing. Remember you can't do what they do. I remember I was having a conversation about on my job, and I was talking to an individual, and in talking to that individual, I was saying, they was talking about demolishing whenever people retiring out now because of what Elon Musk and Trump and them was doing with the Department of Defense. They are now demolishing the jobs instead of reposting and hiring for those positions. So people that would probably desire to are inspired to be in those positions would never get an opportunity because now they demolishing those positions, and eventually, if they need that position filled, they'll just hire a contractor temporarily to, and so when that job is done, they can let their contractor go. So I said to them, I said, the people are sitting in the big offices. It's not affecting them. It's the people that's turning the wrenches, the people that are working out of the toolboxes that are being affected. So, and they was like, oh, I don't get what you're saying. I said, yeah. I said, those people sitting up high, they life is made. They making big money.
Right.
It's those that start down here in the toolboxes that inspire to be in those positions that would never get an opportunity to do so. And they said, well, if you go back to school and get you some degrees, you can be in those positions. I said, why do I have to go back to school?
Right.
I said, because I'm hearing that there are some people that's in leadership position that didn't even graduate.
That's true.
I don't hear nobody.
Yeah.
I said, they don't even have a degree. They got a GED. And so why I got to go back to college and get some degrees and all? If they can do it, why can't I do it? But I was just talking to this individual because they was not the color that I am. And they were saying these slick things to me as if you need to go, well, wait a minute. Everybody in leadership position don't have college degrees.
Right.
They don't. Some of them don't even have a high school diploma. You follow what I'm saying? I said, but you telling me what I have to do. And there are some folks that I turn wrenches with that has graduated from Jacksonville, have degrees, more qualified than folks that stand over them.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? But you have to remember the world we live in.
Right. That's right.
Okay. You have to remember the things that come along with, and so when you understand that, and here's me, and I tell folks all the time, tell me the rules, explain the rules to me. I can adjust to the rules. I
Mhm.
got a brother that, when we play Biz Wiz or we playing dominoes, he always got a different set of rules than what the norm is. So
Yeah.
before we start playing, you know what I say? Give me the rules. Tell me
Uh,
the rules.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter to me what the rules are. I just want to know them up front
Right.
so I know how we playing.
Hmm.
So when you understand the rules and you start understanding how life is, don't use that as an excuse not to do what you need to do in order to get what you want.
Yeah.
You got to adjust to the rules
Right.
and pursue your happiness.
You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
so you got to adjust to them, and so I've gotten to the, and I try to tell because it's hard to get that point over to our younger men
Yes.
and our younger women,
Yes, it is.
because they want to argue their point. You have a great argument. I understand it better than any,
Hmm.
but you have to understand you might well quit arguing that point because you're not going to get anywhere with it. You're going to eventually use it as a crutch.
Right. That's right.
So once you understand, move on. It's just
Right.
like someone I remember when Gaston City, no, when Litchfield went down to Birmingham, there was a young man that played for my brother. He would do a move. It looked like a travel, but it wasn't a travel.
I
And
know that.
no, and all the way through the area tournament, all the way through the season, they never called traveling. But he
Mhm.
gets down there to Birmingham, and every time he made that move, they called travel.
You know
Every
what
time. And
it is?
guess what? He
Mhm.
never did adjust to the rules. If you know the referee is calling that, quit
Stop.
doing that.
Right.
I
It's
don't get it.
Euro step, the Euro step.
Yeah, but this wasn't the Euro. Now the Euro step looked like a travel to me, but
Yeah.
that's what he wasn't doing that at the time. It's a way he was doing. They was trying to say he was carrying the ball. He was doing something. It was kind of like an Allen Iverson
Okay.
move, but they
Mhm.
was calling traveling down in Birmingham. But all during the year, he never got that called against him. But that was his move. That was his signature move. But he
Mhm.
never adjusted to what the referees was doing down there, and it caused them turnovers. Tom, are you there? All right, you all. I appreciate all of you joining us on tonight. I'm sure she probably got a call. You got a call?
Yes.
I told you put your phone on DNP.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
not disturb.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm so
No,
sorry.
DND. DND. But anyway, but that's the things that we have to deal with, and we have to speak truth when we're talking to the young people, whether they want to recognize it or not. I remember Daddy used to tell us stuff, and
Mhm.
nowadays I feel like I'm FL Huff because I feel like I have to do the same thing my daddy used to do with us. We had to learn it the hard way because we didn't listen. So
Mhm.
sometimes our young people have to learn the hard way, and I hate that they have to learn a hard lesson. But sometimes, when they don't trust that what you're saying is actually the truth, then they have to get a sample of it to understand what you're saying is going to benefit them.
That's right. That's right. You can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
One more
Well,
thing.
one more thing.
One more thing. So, did you hear about the little guy? And when I read it, I thought about you. The cornhole champion. Do you know the little guy? He didn't have any leg.
He had he was amputee.
Yeah, he
I,
killed.
I just saw something. He shot out the window and shot somebody.
He killed a guy, and they was driving in a car, and it said boyfriend, but but he killed a guy, shot the guy with a gun, because they like YouTube videos with him shooting a gun, but he shot the guy. The guy was in the back seat, and it was some more other guys in the car with him, and he was trying to get them to help him, put the guy out the car, and they got out the car, and they was like, you on your own. But so he pushed the guy out the car, and they found him like a couple hours later in somebody's front yard, deceased. The cornhole champion.
He did it.
Yeah.
How was he able to? Now they showed a video of him shooting outside a window, and I think it was just a clip showing him shooting.
Mhm.
But I couldn't figure out how he was able to do that because his arms,
legs, everything, but he was able to shoot.
Yeah. It looked like we have Tanya Lynn joining us as we get ready to sign off. Y'all welcome her to the show.
You know what, Reverend Hunt?
You come on just in time to say bye.
You know what, Pastor Z?
You come on just in time to say bye.
I do not. I want the whole world to know tonight, looking at this live, I do not like Pastor Z.
Exactly. Everybody knows.
I do not like Pastor Z.
Exactly.
I sent you a text.
You come on to grace us with your presence to say hello.
Yeah, I just really didn't want the Thursday to go by with me not at least being able to say hello to Tom Tom. And I missed the tea tonight. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it.
Missed all of it. It was good.
It was good tea.
It was spicy tonight.
It was sweet tea.
It was sweet tea.
Oh, it was sweet tea.
Yeah.
It was a little spicy,
little spicy.
It
had a little ginger in it.
Who drank spicy tea?
You have a little ginger in it. Did you have a little ginger in it?
Yeah, it was a little ginger in it.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are always looking for something tall and strong, don't you? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, ain't it?
Oh, Lord, these preachers, Jesus.
Lord have mercy.
Preachers.
Yeah. So I shared with them that that you're planning to have a meeting with your District 1 in the near future to discuss some things about Hillside Circle.
Yes.
And so you will come on and let us know that in the real near future. Pastor Harden, how you doing out in St. Louis? East St. Louis. What's happening, bro?
Yep. We definitely hope that we can do that. We kind of had it scheduled and some unforeseen circumstances came up, but we hope that we'll be able to do it as soon as next week. So that constituents and everyone else that wants to know that they are aware of the situation, just because of false information, not necessarily false information, but just information that not being told really the
Need
whole
some clarity
story.
to it.
That's right. Clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Clarity is a good word. Clarity is a good word. But hopefully,
I say all the time, context. Sometimes things are taken out of context, and it's best to know in the context in which it is. O'Fallon, Illinois, man, I got you, bro. I know where you stay. St. Louis sound better. St. Louis sound better.
Reverend corrected you.
Oh yeah.
Won't no mistakes in the location.
That's right.
Get it right.
So all is well. Everything good on your end?
Yeah, everything's well on my end. I'm really enjoying this weather.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It is nice.
Thank you for bringing me in the show for just a couple of minutes. I know it took a lot for you to do that.
It took a lot. It really did.
I know it took a lot. It's been a busy day. I know it took a lot for you to do that.
Right.
You're so kind.
Yeah.
You're so precious.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You're so precious. I'm glad I got a chance to just speak.
Oh yeah.
Y'all speak to her. Y'all send a bunch of hearts up to Tanya Lynn. Let her know that you glad to see her face.
Mm-hmm. Tanya, I've been working hard.
You've been working hard. I'm sure. I mean, people don't realize the task that we have.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as easy. We make it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It look easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What time you got to be at today at 12 noon?
What?
What time did you get up this morning? Well, this evening. That's what I thought.
Oh,
All right. We thank you all for joining us. We hope that Tamara can come through for next week.
working hard, Tanya. That's
We
what
don't know about the mayor.
Oh, that's what you were saying you were working hard on. Well, you got it. I mean, she's the mayor. She's not the department head. She's the mayor. And she's doing what she can to get on.
Yeah, she know I want to speak with her. So
Let me tell you this. I could go around Tamara and make it happen.
It sound like Tamara's.
There is
Well,
protocol. There is protocol. I have given you a task.
Yeah. Hey,
Ooh.
don't have
He has given you.
well,
Just like I gave you
Tamara. We will
last
talk.
year. We finally got it. We finally
We
made it
will
happen.
talk.
we'll
Yeah.
talk.
We will talk. We will
So
have
it's a strong
communications about this.
possibility that we'll have the head coach of Anniston
Yeah.
High School football team,
Yeah.
the new head coach.
The new head coach.
They got a new
Homegrown.
coach.
Oh yeah.
He a homeboy
Homeboy.
right there from Anniston. Finally get an opportunity to coach at his alma mater.
Right.
All right.
Great guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Great
I think he have applied for it multiple times. They called a mercy meeting, and he was finally able to get the job. So, congrats. Hopefully, we can have him on next week.
Yep.
It's a possibility we'll have someone on to. I told him, Tanya Lynn, we may have Pastor Dudley on to share about old school coming up, old school weekend. And so we got some things happening. We'll be advertising starting Monday, won't we, Tamara?
Yes.
You'll know something before Monday, right, Tamara?
Yeah.
All
Definitely.
right. Okay. Did he graduate with you or before
No.
you?
No. It's
After you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 89. So yeah, he's young.
What year did he graduate?
I think. Let me see, Damien.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
92.
He got too much spice tonight.
Yeah.
He got
Right.
too much
It's the
spice.
tea. It's the tea, the ginger y'all put in the tea.
And the two.
Dre, I don't like you. Dre,
I
really.
know it. I know
You
it.
better be glad
Thank
I
all
ain't
of
got
you
no
for
butt on
joining
my
us
head.
on tonight. Thank all of you, and thank you, Tanya Lynn, for joining us on tonight right here on Real Talk. Until
Thank you
next
so much for
Thursday,
putting
God
me in.
bless. Tell them bye, y'all. Say bye.
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 Oh boy.
Bye.
Thank you.